guys, welcome back to Ebike Random Adventures. Today I want to give you guys a look at this Tuttio ICT. This is my own personal bike. I have had this for a while. I know you guys are probably very familiar with this bike at this point. These have actually been sold out because they were so popular, but believe it or not, they are back in stock. That's why I wanted to go ahead and film this. I never did get a chance to film with this bike because I've been so busy with my other bikes. The photos online make it look like this paint here is white or something like that, but when you get this out of the box, you realize this is like a really dark desert sand color or something like that, a lot darker than the pictures make it look. Just overall, the angles that they took the photos at doesn't do this thing justice. When you see this in person, it just looks awesome. So if you definitely want to ride a head turner of an e-bike, the Tuttio ICT is definitely going to be one that you want to look into. This thing also comes with 4,000 watts. It does have a 60-volt battery up front. Gives you plenty of power. I weigh 215 pounds. This bike can easily get me up to about 43, 44 miles an hour. The other thing about this motor is it just sounds awesome. Listen to this thing whine. The other thing you get on this Tuttio is these awesome hydraulic brakes. They do have 220mm huge rotors on the front and on the rear. You also get 4-piston hydraulic calipers on these. This is also a full suspension bike. You get this inverted WM front fork on the front. It's okay. It works really well on the road. When you take it off-road, you get a little bit of a rebound knock on it, so it's not super great for off-roading. It actually tells you right on it not to use it for downhills. You also get this DPJZO shock absorber in the rear up under the seat. It's fine for one person. I've tried to ride on here with 2 people. It will bottom out if you put too much weight load on it. So I'll sum it up real quickly. The suspension is just okay for a 215-pound rider, but it does feel pretty good out on the road. One of my favorite things about this bike is this awesome seat. It's just nice and wide. It does have the little handle back here on the back so you can pick up the back of the bike. First of all, let me show you how I fit on the bike. I am 6 foot tall with 32-inch inseams. Pretty easy to put my leg over. It is a pretty tall bike. If I'm standing flat-footed, the seat is right here, but it is a full suspension bike, like I said, so when you sit down, it does drop down quite a bit. So somebody a little bit shorter than 6 foot can definitely ride the bike. It is a little bit tall, though. Let me show you my pedal stroke on this bike. You can see your knees go really high. This is not a bike that I'm going to be pedaling ever, so that's not really a concern of mine. I just kind of use these as foot pegs when I'm riding. But the pedals are on here to hopefully keep you out of trouble. But if they see you riding 43, 45 miles per hour, I'm not so sure that the pedals are going to save you. Let me get you in here a little closer and take a look at some of the details. Here's a look at your massive Cadet branded hydraulic brakes. There's your 220mm rotors, your 4-piston calipers. You do get the same setup on the front. Here's a look at your 20x4-inch fat tires. There's a little bit more of a dual sport tread on these guys. I think they're a little bit more geared towards the road myself. They are branded C-NAI. This is my first time seeing these tires, but they do have a lot of rubber on them. Here's a closer look at the front of the bike. You do get this awesome headlight right here. It does say Tuttio Powers down at the bottom. The forks have these Tuttio Sport Power guards on them. Here's the very cool frame design. It does say ICT back here. Down on the bottom it says Tuttio Powers. Here's a look at that awesome wide seat, guys. And they do have Tuttio cut into the frame right here. And there's that big hand grip I was talking about. This thing is super wide back here in the back. I did change the headset cap and the bolt right here. I thought it matched really well. Got Bigfoot. Here's a look at your crankset. It does have a nice aluminum chain guard on it. Looks good. Get some metal pedals. Like I said, I'm not really going to be pedaling this bike, so I'm not too worried about this here. It does have a 7-speed Shimano cassette in the rear and a Shimano Tourney TZ derailleur. Here's a look at the numbers on your 60-volt, 4,000-watt hub drive motor. This is how your rear shock looks mounted up under the seat. The front tire has a real secure setup. It does have the through axle, and it is bolted into place. One of my favorite features of the bike is this really bright taillight and brake light setup. This thing is super visible at night. Here's the handlebars. You do get a little bit of rise here, about 4 or 5 inches. You'll be able to adjust these forward or aft towards you or farther away from you. That's about the only adjustment you're going to get on these handlebars. Over here on the left side, you do get the rounded hand grips. These feel pretty solid. Here is your Cadet brake levers. Here's your little control panel. Let's fire this up. Press and hold the power button. That's what your display looks like. You do get a large mile-per-hour reading in the center. This is your pedal assist level over here on the right side. There's your battery life. You get the voltage down here at the bottom. This is your odometer. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of pedal assist out of the box. This is my little Bluetooth speaker I put on here. You do get your Shimano gear shifter, and this one actually has a full twist throttle, which is a really nice feature. You do get a key with this one. You can take your key out, turn this off like you're riding your motorcycle, take it off, take it with you. Let me show you the speed with this thing unloaded. Runs right up to 49 miles per hour. The back brake is over here on the right side. All right, guys, let's take this beast out for a ride. This Tuttio ICT This is the older version of it, so you'll notice on the newest version of this bike, I do believe it might have a different set of brakes. It has an upgraded motor, a couple other things they changed on the latest version. This one I've had for about 6 months or so now. This bike does have pedals on it, guys, but this is not the type of bike that you really want to be out here pedaling a whole lot on. This is definitely more of a moped style bike that you're just going to want to cruise and ride on. You can pedal the bike, but let me show you even pedal assist 1 here. Power kicks on, but this is going to run you all the way up to 18 miles an hour. That's probably about the only pedal assist level that you can really pedal the bike on. Gear 7, pedal assist 1, 18 miles an hour. The bike can be pedaled at this speed. Any faster than this, guys, you're just not going to want to pedal this bike. And 18 miles an hour is the minimum of pedal assist speed, so you're not going to be able to pedal really slowly and cruise unless you just turn the power all the way off, which you can do that. Let me try to pedal the bike with no power. A little bit of uphill here. Holy cow, guys, the bike's a bit heavy. You're not really going to want to pedal the bike like this either. So, bottom line, the Tuttio ICT is just not really a good bike to be pedaling on. Use that throttle you got. All right, let's check pedal assist level 2. Use the throttle now. Gives you about 25 miles an hour. Actually, this bike has 5 levels of pedal assist, so that was just pedal assist level 2. It was already giving us 25 miles an hour, guys. So, all right, let's stop right here. Got it on pedal assist 5. I'm gonna do the throttle only. We'll go up the hill here, see what we get. Some fast acceleration. There you go, guys. Went 28 miles an hour up the hill, never dropped below that. Compare that to a 750 watt, 1000 watt e-bike. They go up that hill between 13 and 15 miles an hour. So we just flew up the hill 28. That's the difference with this bike having a 4000 watt peak power. All right, guys, the battery's sitting at like 64 volts. It's not quite fully charged. I charged it like last weekend and it's been sitting a little bit, but I started the GPS app here. Let's see what kind of top speed we can register on this GPS app. All right, guys, the display was showing me 44 miles an hour, a really impressive speed on an e-bike here. Let me see what the GPS was showing. All right, the GPS was showing us 43 miles per hour, so 44 on board, 43 on the GPS. This is a fast bike, guys. I did run it both ways because the wind is really strong out here today. So I did get 40 miles an hour going into the wind, and I got 43 miles an hour going with the wind. So the bottom line, guys, the Tuttio ICT is definitely a pretty fast e-bike. A 40 mile per hour plus e-bike. I do weigh 215 pounds today, so keep that in mind as well. Let me give you guys a quick acceleration run so you can see the acceleration, throttle only. Whoa. It's 30. And that's going into the headwind, guys. So the bike jumps up to 30 miles an hour pretty fast. All right, guys, we're gonna run back here and do a brake test real fast. This bike has an awesome set of brakes on it, guys. These are the Cadet hydraulic brakes. Like I said, the newer version of the bike, I do believe, has a different set of brakes. These have 220 millimeter huge rotors, and I have tried these brakes on other bikes before. These Cadet brakes, awesome. Let me get up to 20 here and pull these brakes. All right, guys, I Pulled the brakes right there at the end of the pavement. It only took us like 15 feet to stop from 20 miles an hour. It actually didn't give us a whole lot of drama. Let me do it one more time here. So it actually is locking up the brakes, but with these street tread pattern tires on it, it doesn't make a whole lot of noise or anything, and it's not even leaving a trail of rubber. I can tell you one thing right now, the braking force is much better with these street tires than it is with the knobby tread tires. This thing stops really well, guys, and I'm sure with the new set of brakes, I'm sure it stops just as good. Let's go down here and hit the trail just a little bit. This is not going to be a huge off-roader, guys. I did take this to the state park. I took it camping with me. This is my own personal bike. So I can definitely do some trail riding. When you get into the big bumps, the suspension can bottom out on you just a little bit. But it does just fine for some light trail riding, and it has plenty of power. Just don't expect this to be like a big off-road mountain bike, because it's just not. See this hill here? Let's try some of these hills here. Pretty steep. Power-wise, absolutely no problem. You can go straight up those hills. Bike just has tons of power, guys. This is pretty steep right here. Let's hit this one. No problem whatsoever. It actually feels really good on the trail until you push it to the limit. Like, in general, it feels good over the bumps. It's just when you hit the biggest bumps and it finally bottoms out, then it will kick you in the ass a little bit. But you got to hit some pretty big bumps to get to that point. Let's go ride this other little trail here. Man, I haven't been down here in a while. We had a pretty big windstorm come through, so I can see that it's knocked down a whole bunch more tree branches. The seat is big and wide and comfortable on this bike. It's one of my favorite things. The seat, I just love this seat. I love how big and wide it is back here. It has plenty of padding. It's got a hell of a seat. Let's run over this tree. There you go. Hit the big bumps here. There you go. All right, when you hit the big bumps like that, at my weight, the suspension in the rear does bottom out. Actually didn't hurt me that bad because the seat, the padding on the seat. Just wanted to give you guys a legit evaluation on this suspension. Let's go ahead and cross the creek over here. I see there's a lot of water in there today. Let me find a spot. All right, got into some mud there. Clean it off here in the grass. Tons of power, man, tons of power. I actually had to brake going up the hill there. It's a lot of fun, guys. In general, this thing can keep up with those little mini dirt bikes, you know, that are going around. I mean, I got 5 of them myself, so the small electric dirt bikes with the 1412 setup, this thing can run right with those. And this is actually a little bit better sized for taller people, guys, because this has the 20-inch tires, so. You're getting quite a bit of power and speed out of a bike like this for the price that this thing comes in at, guys. Not to mention, this bike looks super cool, in my opinion. I've heard other people say this thing is ugly. It's personally one of my favorite things about it. I love the looks of the bike. I mean, it definitely stands out compared to other electric bikes. You gotta love the full twist throttle, the keyed ignition, the big color display. I'm actually not gonna be doing a range test on this ride, guys. I don't think the bike was fully charged up in the first place, so that wouldn't really be fair. But I did watch a video just yesterday of a guy doing a full range test on this Tuttio ICT, and he did get 25 miles of range out of the bike. So if you're interested in the range test, go check that video out. I typically only ride this bike to town and back, so I usually only put about 10 or 15 miles on it, and it's never had any trouble whatsoever doing that. I brought this thing to town and back multiple times. Let's check out the lights on the bike. This tail light is super awesome, guys. I mean, that thing really stands out. Let me pull the brake lever for you too. Definitely a real bright tail light on this bike. And the headlight is pretty bright too, and it does have a little halo ring around it. Let's see if there's any adjustment here on this headlight. All right, yeah, you can move this plate up and down, so you can move your headlight up and down. And this is one of the brighter e-bike headlights that I've seen. All right, I think I'm gonna end the video right here before it gets completely dark out here. We're not doing a range test today, guys. I am riding the bike about 10 miles just for fun. I just wanted to go over this bike with you guys one more time, since this thing was out of stock for a while and you couldn't get one, but these are back in stock. So if you are interested in this Tuttio ICT, I will put the link for this bike in the description below the video. Please hit like and subscribe to the channel for more e-bike and scooter content like this. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you in the next one.